Hi, I'm Linda Kelly with the Kelly Mental Health Foundation. We're here to talk to you today about some tips and tricks that you can use to manage the isolation during the COVID-19 pandemic. Here with me today, I have Kelly Graham. Kelly Graham is a therapist, and she is very knowledgeable about a lot of the issues that are facing people today. Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
So I wanted to ask you about actually more of a serious question here about people that are dealing with depression, being in isolation. Just curious if you are seeing a lot of that come up, seeing a lot of people talk about it. What's going on for you?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of clients, whether they've had depression before and it's coming up now, or they've already had it and it's just becoming more present now. When you're home and you're not working and you might be isolated, you might not have a lot of people around you, a lot of depressive feelings are going to come up. You know, we can't go out and hang out with friends. We can't go and see all of our family members. You can phone call them and text them and everything, but sometimes it's not the same as having that social connection. And that could be hard for a lot of people. Also, just being at home. And, you know, if you're not working from home, there's only so much cleaning you can do. So it's kind of, what's my purpose? What day is it? Why should I wake up and get out of bed? What's the point?
Wow, this could bring up a lot of existential feelings. Just what is the point of all of this? My purpose has been lost, and I mean, pairing that up with also the uncertainty of what's coming.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's really interesting. That must have a really big impact on people, especially maybe people that are predisposed or already had depression, people whose livelihoods are at risk right now.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've suffered with depression before, and I know if you were to sit me at home for weeks on end, I would be going crazy. My mood would be going down. I would eventually get to the point where it's like, I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to put on makeup. I don't have to shower. And I think a lot of people are struggling with that, whether you've had depression or not.
Just for those who aren't familiar with it, what are some of the common symptoms of depression to watch for?
So depression can be low motivation, it could be decreased or increased appetite, sleeping too much, sleeping too little, feeling very kind of down, feeling very tired, very drained, kind of feeling hopeless, or even having a lot of low self-esteem as well.
And there's also often that sense of worthlessness.
Yes.
That must really play in right now.
Yeah, especially when it's, what can we do? I mean, we can only do so much. We only have control over so much in our lives right now. And that's hard for a lot of people.
So what would you recommend that people do if they are finding that they're experiencing depressive symptoms and they are worsening because of this isolation?
Yeah. With depression, one of the biggest things is what we call behavioral activation. So it's a fancy word, but basically it's just doing things that make you happy, doing things that even get you moving, you know? So creating goals, you know, what do you want to do this week during the whole isolation, during this day? What is something that you can do? Making sure you're getting out of bed, making sure you're showering, and even putting on clothes. What's the point? To try and keep you happy, to try and keep you moving, to try and keep you from falling further into a depression. So I've even talked a lot about exercise, because a lot of people, gyms are closed and they're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And exercise has great benefits for depression because it does help get you moving and helps you feel a little bit better. So, you know, even trying to do as much as you can at home. You know, if you can walk the dog, walk the dog. If you have a big flower and you're lifting it like it's a weight, you're running on the spot, trying to do what you can at home to get you moving and to get you feeling like you have a purpose.
And I do know that with depression, kind of the longer that you are in it, the less motivation, the less energy you have.
Yes.
And so even just the thought of like lifting a bag of flour, you can just think, why?
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for people in those cases where they just don't even have enough energy to start?
Yeah. It's important to know about depression, and there's the big cycle of depression, you know, low mood, low motivation, why would I do something? So you don't do it, and then it leads to worse mood, worse motivation, and once again not doing stuff. And it's just meeting yourself where you're at. What can you do today? What is something you can commit to doing? Is it moving to the couch from your bed? Good. And just slowly working up. You don't have to go big. It's just slowly working at little things like that. And I mean, a lot of places are offering telephone or online counseling sessions too, so even reaching out if you need to.
Yeah, I was told before that one of the best things that you can ever do when you're depressed is just get out of bed and then make your bed.
Yeah.
And if that's all that you accomplish for the day, that's fine. It's still a win. It starts the day off right.
Yeah. It's trying to do those little steps.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing this information. This is really helpful. I'm sure it will be for a lot of people. And obviously there's going to be a lot of resources provided through the foundation for more people to look for on how to deal with depression. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.